Everyone, are you ready to go? Live streaming is commence. Yeah. Okay, welcome everyone. As usual, we will start the meeting by acknowledging the traditions of the Nala people on whose name we are gathered here today, and also notify all attendees, of which there are only staff, but obviously those online. We are live streaming, and a recording of the meeting will be made. Item 2 is the record of attendance. Apologies, leave and absence previously approved. So we have all councillors in attendance, with Councillor Roots and Councillor Gillum online, and Councillor Gillum, who has a approved leave of absence, is away and enjoying their holiday.
Councillor Furlong online.
Councillor. Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Yes,
Gillum.
yeah.
Sorry, Jill. I was obviously getting too excited about thinking where David was holidaying in Lithuania. Yeah, Councillor Furlong online. Apologies for that. Okay, 3 is public question time, which I have none. 4, petitions, deputations, and presentations, of which there are none. 5 is a request for leave of absence, for which I've written myself a note.
Yes.
Councillor Roots.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. If I could please request a leave of absence for our December OCM Ordinary Council meeting.
Thank you, Councillor Roots. Can I have someone approve Councillor Roots' leave of absence? Councillor Swaffer, seconded Councillor Simpson. Anyone against this leave approval? No. The motion is passed. Enjoy your time off with your kids and the school. Councillor Roots.
Thank you very much. I will.
6 is declarations of interest, of which we have received none. Is that still the case? Yes. 7 is the confirmation of minutes and business arising from minutes of previous meetings, with the officer's recommendation that the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 27th of October be confirmed as true and correct record of proceedings. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Harris, someone to second it. Councillor Swaffer, no one against the minutes. Right, that motion is passed. 8 is announcements by a person presiding without discussion, of which I spoke about last week, about those meetings. 9 is corporate and commercial reports, with 9.1 being the statements for period ended 30th of September 2025, with the officer's recommendation on page 6. That is, the council received the financial statements for the financial period ending 30th of September 2025, as shown in attachments 1 through to 4. Can someone move this motion? Councillor Simpson, seconded. Councillor Byrne. Anyone against this motion? Councillor Simpson, do you want to speak for the motion?
It's all pretty self-explanatory.
That motion has passed. .2 is the list of payments for the 1st of September 2025 to the 30th of September 2025. And as the council receive the list of payments totaling $12.4 million as detailed in attachments 1, 2, and 3. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Simpson, someone second it. Councillor Harris. Anyone against the motion? Councillor Simpson, do you want to speak for the motion?
All good, Mr. Mayor. A lot of local businesses in there getting paid, which is great to see.
Councillor Harris, anything further to add?
No, nothing more to add. Thank you.
No, I just thought it'd be good to know, and I just want to thank Councillor Johansson actually for bringing up the question around the shelters, because I think in transparency, if the public did look at it, 33 grand for a smoker's hut, and then we're going down 150 grand for a bus shelter. I think, knowing that now and doing an investigation into it, I think it'd be good now the public understands that there might be further regulations, and we'll see what the cost does come in at, because it does seem quite disproportionate. That's a hut, right? But we'll see where it lands. So, yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Councillor Johansson. That motion has passed. 9.3 is the investments for period ended 30th September 2025, with the officer's recommendation that council receive the investment report for the financial period ending the 30th September 2025. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Harris, someone to second it? Councillor Swaffer. Anyone against this motion? No. Councillor Harris.
It's part of core business of the city to invest their money wisely, and it's important that we put this on the public record to show where our money is invested and how we're doing what we're doing with the ratepayers' money. So seems to be going all right.
Thank you, Councillor Harris. Councillor Swaffer, anything further to add?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
That motion has passed. Agenda item 10 and 10.1 being the Point Sampson entry statement, final concept design, with the officer's recommendation on page 27. And that is that council acknowledge the community of Point Sampson's involvement in the co-design of the Point Sampson entry statement, and 2, endorse the Point Sampson entrance statement, final concept design, attachment 1, to be progressed or detailed artwork and technical drawings, and to prepare a comprehensive opinion of probable cost covering fabrication, installation and maintenance to be presented to council at a future meeting before proceeding to fabrication and installation. Now, I do have an amendment to this, but first I just need someone to move the motion. You got the table, Councillor Swaffer. Someone to second the motion, Councillor Simpson. Right, I have an amendment that should be in front of you all. I was just picked up on some commentary from last week, and I seem to feel there's a bit of agreement around it. And in order to not just have a response where the city says we can do that, to actually put it in the motion so that it does get looked into. So I've added point 3 to the officer's recommendation. That is that requests the Chief Executive Officer to investigate how cultural interpretation can be implemented, such as a QR code to support the pronunciation of the Nalama name for Point Sampson, Malagurla. Someone will correct me on that if I'm wrong, and to provide historical context. So can I have, well, actually I might as well move it, it's mine, so I'm happy to move my own amendment to this motion. Can I have someone second it? Councillor Swaffer. Sorry, Councillor Ruth, so I was looking, but you just Swaffer got you. Is there anyone against this motion? Well, that amendment is now the substantive, and that motion has been passed. Okay, thanks everyone. All right, 11 is.
Can we talk to that, Mr. Mayor? Come on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure. Well, I thought I did when I explained it.
Okay, great.
Councillor Swaffer, would you like to?
I would love to. Could you tell? No, I think it's great to see that the feedback from community also was included into that final design, with the change in the colours and the different species being introduced into that sign. And having had our strategic planning meeting out there on the weekend, it was nice to be able to see where that positioning is going to be. And I think it will create a great welcoming into town.
Right.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor.
It's now passed. With Deputy Mayor support. All right. 11 is the Development Service Report. 11.1 being the new local planning policy, DP26, with the officer's recommendation on page 34. And that is the council, in accordance with clause 4 of schedule 2, part 2 of the Planning and Development Regulations 2015, proceed to adopt local planning policy DP26 requirements for local planning scheme amendments as advertised, and 2, authorise the Chief Executive Officer to publish a notice of the local planning policy on the city's website. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Simpson. Someone to second the motion? Councillor Harris. Is there anyone against this motion? Councillor Simpson. Anything further to add?
No, I think the item is self-explanatory on its own.
Yeah, Councillor Harris.
Hopefully this will speed up the process when it arrives on the officer's desk. You know, this is asking for the proponents to put a lot more information in up front, but hopefully it'll make it quicker and easier for us to approve and speed up the red tape.
Thanks,
Thank
Councillor
you.
Harris. Yeah, well, there's a bit more of a clearer direction on what the expectations are when you lodge with the city. So hopefully it works. Right, there's no one against that. That motion has passed. 11.2 is the draft economic development and tourism strategy for 2025 through to 2035. The officer's recommendation on page 37, and there's a council endorse the draft economic development and tourism strategy for 2025. Oh, need to make an amendment there. I don't know why I didn't pick it up before. It's we're only doing it for a month. All right, so it's just a typo there.
Should
So,
be through to 2035.
yeah, 2025 to 2035. 2, agree to advertise the draft economic development and tourism strategy for 25 to 35 for public comment for a 3-week period. And 3, request administration to present the summary of public comments back to council in February 2026, along with the final economic development and tourism strategy. Now, someone move this motion. Councillor Harris, someone to second it. Councillor Simpson. Missed you again, Councillor Roots. Is there anyone against the motion? No. Councillor Harris, would you like to speak for it?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Righto. Firstly, I'd like to thank the Mayor and the councillors for initiating this process now over 12 months ago. I've had a good read of this recently, and I'd like to also acknowledge the team that worked on it. And this document is an important document for me, as economic development, diversification and tourism are some of the key reasons why, you know, I made the effort to come down here and represent the community on council. So hopefully, you know, this, I would normally be a bit worried about going to public consultation for 3 weeks in December, but this is such an important document, and the consultation has been taking place throughout the year, so I have no problems with that. And yeah, so this will be what I'll be referring back to throughout the year, and making sure this doesn't just become another document that sits on a shelf. But this gives the council the double down effect to, you know, economic development, diversification and tourism, which is what we need in this area. And yeah, it was very enjoyable to read and see some of the ideas and the direction that will be going on, and with some of our other ideas, we can refer back to this and push along. So
thank you, Councillor Harris, and I'm appreciative, and I'm sure that the councillors and the staff are appreciative of your positive commentary. And yeah, sometimes I forget that yeah, you've only been, there's a new kid in the block here.
I didn't want to use that line again, but this is all new to me, and yeah, like I said, it's been going on for over a year for you guys, so it's good.
Okay, thank you, Councillor Simpson.
Nothing more to add. I think Councillor Harris sort of summed it up very well, but I think the important part here for us is putting together a plan. It's what we needed. It's missing that jigsaw piece, so it comes together. We'll come back to this and give us a bit of direction on what we need to do.
Yeah, thank you, Councillor Simpson. All right, well, that motion has passed. 11.3 is lot 7078 Sharp Avenue, hotel development request for proposals, with the officer's recommendation on page 42. And that is that council agree to invite proposals for a hotel development on lot 7078 Sharp Avenue, consistent with the city's strategic objectives for the city centre. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Johansson. Someone to second the motion? Councillor Harris. Is anyone against the motion? No. Councillor Johansson, would you like to speak for it?
Yeah, I would, thanks, man. I sent an inquiry through to the league today regarding possibly amending this, because I'm just frustrated with the time frame, the fact that it takes 12 months to put this out, you know, for expression of interest to the point we finally make a decision on it. In discussions with Lee, it sort of come through that because of Christmas period, not much we can do there, but she said they'll do their best to the bits that they can control. They will look to, you know, increase the time on. And I just want to impress that they do their best to increase this time period and make the public socially aware on our socials pages, like something like this, explain to the public the time frame of just 12 months just to get to a decision on which one we're going to go with. I don't think a lot of people realise that the processes are so slow.
Yeah.
And it's not all of our control.
Statutory guidelines to go through, and relying on the proponents as well to be on time, giving information back to us. Councillor Harris, anything further to add?
Nothing too much. I just hopefully we can flash something out of the pan for this one and get something going on there. If not, that the Karratha After Dark event that they held on the weekend for the water slides was very well received, and that space was was capacity, I think, on the weekend, and the vibrancy that it put onto their whole area there was really good. So if we can't get someone to build a hotel, we can continue to use it for our events, because I think it really does activate that city centre really well.
Councillor Harris, I think it's important for people online and listening to the stand that we obviously been down this path before, but we're having to put in this formal process now because we've had proponents come and knock on the door wanting to potentially build a hotel in Karratha on that site, and we've had no way of dealing with that level of interest. So this will obviously give us an idea of who's serious, who's serious enough to actually put in that information to us, and who the serious proponents are that are going to look to build a hotel in Karratha. Right. So if there's no one against that motion is carried. 11.4 is the reserved road name register, with the officer's recommendation on page 48. And there's a council endorsed the list of road names on the reserved road name register, including attachment 1 and 2. Council requests the CEO to include an action in the city's reconciliation action plan, which is currently under development, to undertake consultation with Nalama Aboriginal Corporation and the community to expand the list to include culturally inclusive names that are representative of the full history of this region. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Roots, gotcha.
Yeah.
Second. Councillor Harris. Anyone against this motion? Councillor Roots, would you like to speak for the motion?
Sure, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate the officers putting in the work here to continue to build our relationship with Nalama Aboriginal Corporation, and love the proactive nature of this initiative. So thank you to the officers on this one.
Thank you, Councillor Roots. Councillor Harris, anything further to add?
Not too much more to add, just that if we're looking for road names, means we might be building some new roads, and I like to see new roads built. So this is an important piece we need to complete the puzzle.
Yeah,
we're grabbing your lines there, Tony Simpson. But thank you.
Absolutely, thank you, Councillor Harris. And yeah, with potentially for Mullataga subdivision underway, then there's going to be a need to expand that register of road names. So look forward to seeing that progress. Right, there's no one against that motion. That motion has passed. Okay, moving on to 12 and item 12.1 under projects and infrastructure reports is the playground revitalisation of Brolga Park and Leisureplex Park, I guess, tender outcome. With the officer's recommendation on page 53, and as the council accept the tender submitted by 4 Park Proprietary Limited as the most advantageous tender to form a contract based on the assessment of the compliance criteria, quality criteria and pricing structures offered under RFT 47, and 2, authorise the CEO to execute a contract with 4 Park Proprietary Limited subject to any variations of a minor nature, and 3, approved by absolute majority a budget amendment to increase the 25-26 budget by $250,000 to be funded by the infrastructure reserve, as followed in the table below. And that is the Golga and Legiplex. Proposed budget is 400,000, and the amended budget of an extra 250. So the net impact to the city is $650,000. Can I have someone move this motion? Councillor Swaffer. Someone to second the motion? Councillor Simpson. Is there anyone against this motion? No. Councillor Swaffer, would you like to speak for the motion?
I think it's great that we're continuously revitalising playgrounds. It's an important piece of our community to have free play and green spaces to play on, and I like that they've got more accessible and inclusive pieces in these plays.
Councillor Swaffer. Councillor Simpson, anything further to add?
A great presentation last week, and I learned something that we actually have a playground inspector that signs off on your playground, which I didn't know. So learn something new every day.
What I like is that every generation gets a new playground. It's pretty good, eh? All right, there's no one against that motion. That motion has passed. Then we move on. That's it. It's wonderful. Yeah. All right. 13 is the Chief Executive Officer reports. 13.1 being items for information only. So the office recommendation is there on 58, and this is just for noting. So we have a community experience update in there, the concession on fees for city facilities, our development services update for September 25, a record of tender outcome under delegation for minor works, reticulation services, and the last week's public briefing notes and the table of report changes are in there. And we also have a confidential item development compliance update, of which I will move into item 17 behind closed doors if people want to discuss anything on that item. And then I would like the CEO actually to explain maybe what happened and what we're going to do in the future in regards to this, because the first time this has been in this part of the agenda.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So, councillors, 13.1.6 is a summary of compliance activities that the city is involved with. Because it's of a sensitive and often a legal nature, it does sit as a confidential item. What we've typically done in the past is provided councillors with a verbal update, and on this occasion it was added to the agenda. And I'll discuss with councillors moving forward whether or not they would like that to remain as a confidential item on the agenda, or if they would like to see it at a workshop and discuss it at a workshop. But regardless, it'll be a confidential item because of the legal nature of the item.
Yeah, and I'll deal with that when we get to the end of the agenda, the 17 closed doors. We'll discuss it then. Okay, 14.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to hold it over until
Which one? 13.1.
13, yeah.
0.16.
Or 13.1 in its entirety.
Well, I always get it confused because it's for noting only. Do we need someone to actually move it?
Yes, you do.
We do. All right, can I have a mover for 13.1, please? Councillor Swaffer, someone to second it.
Yes. So the screen.
Simpson. Councillor Swaffer, would you like to, I guess there's an opportunity now for someone if you'd like to speak to any of the reports in 13.1.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just thought it was.
You have something to say.
I do. Who would have thought? I just find it interesting that, you know, heading into November and some of the stats are saying it's due to, you know, the weather still being cool, that some of our indoor facilities are lower on numbers. So that would normally concern me when I look at the reduction of numbers. But yeah, it's great to put that together and yeah, I know that people are still being able to get outdoors and enjoy that and not be inside the facilities.
Well pointed out. Councillor Simpson, anything further to add? No, that motion is carried. 14 is motions of which previous notice has been given, of which there are none. 15 questions by members of which due notice has been given, of which there are none. 16 is urgent business approved by the person presiding or by decision, of which there is none. 17 is matters behind closed doors. So I'll ask the question before we do it. Is there anyone that wants to discuss the confidential item? No? Okay. Well, we will do. Now, what will we do with that?
No need to go behind.
No need to go behind closed doors. No need to do anything.
Don't need to.
Okay. The next one is 18, which is the closure and date of the next meeting. So I declare this meeting closed at 6:25 p.m. And the next meeting will be held on Monday, the 15th of December at 6 p.m. here at Council Chambers and on Morecambe Road. So thank you everyone for your attendance. And dinner